and welcome to this very interesting interview that we have tonight. I am for Captain Happening, Didi, and of course, let's get a drum roll for my co-host, Annette. Years ago, a home visit from a doctor was the norm. Annette, can you remember that? But it doesn't happen anymore, or does it? Well, just want to say thank you to Biosanit for making this interview possible. Biosanit contains no alcohol, not that type of alcohol, or chemicals, and eco-friendly, proven to kill viruses within 60 seconds.
Wow, that sounds good. Hello, everyone. Our media partners tonight, our friendly radio station, Kaapstad Radio, Winelands Happening, and Helderberg Happening. Hello. And yes, like Didi said, a very interesting interview tonight. Our guest is a medical professional who is making waves in the world of being a GP, home and virtual visits. Right after this, Dr. Erin Jones, better known as the Health Hopper.
Hello and welcome to the Happy Team, Dr. Erin Jones.
Hi there, hi Didi. Nice to meet you.
I just love your spirit. You are
Absolutely.
Your go-getter. Now tell us, Dr. Erin, a question I'm sure you have to answer a lot.
Yeah.
But why did you decide to take on this initiative?
Well, ladies, so last year in January, or actually last year, the whole of last year, 2020, was a very strange time for everybody. So for me as well, the beginning of January last year, I was actually working on board a luxury cruise liner, and I was sent home. And just as I was sent home, COVID hit South Africa, and I was stuck. I didn't know what to do. And right about that time, my parents had also fell ill with COVID. So I I took it upon myself to be there for them at home and to assist them through the COVID journey. And as you can imagine, it was a very uncertain time for many of us, for many medical doctors, because all the protocols were changing. And so I just felt that it was necessary for me to be there for them, to just guide them along the path during the pandemic. And something then fell within my mind, a penny dropped, that many people in South Africa and in Cape Town, because I'm in Cape Town, do not have access to medical care at home. They don't have doctors or nurses on hand at home. And that just made me realize that this is something that we can tap into. And I do feel it is going to be beneficial for many people in the town itself to be able to have somebody on hand, and they don't have to leave their home to get medical care. So just accessible healthcare was the penny that dropped. Yeah.
That's quite a huge responsibility for a young female doctor. Wow.
Yeah, it could be seen as a responsibility, but I do feel that it was just something that it came naturally, because I felt that it would be a really good idea to allow people to have access to medicine. Yeah.
Yes. Now, the logistics of this must be a total nightmare. From where do you operate and which areas do you actually visit?
Yeah, so initially when I just started the Health Hopper, the logistics was a nightmare. Oh, ladies. It was, I would drive from point A, make my way around the peninsula. And as you can imagine, there's not many toilets on the road.
Yeah.
So it was quite a logistic nightmare. However, now that things have started to pick up, I was able to get more doctors on hand. So the way we do it now is that I'm based in the northern suburbs. So I'm able to service most patients in the northern suburbs. And then if there's any patients that come from the southern suburbs, I have a doctor based there. And then I've got one in the foreshore that's able to service the Atlantic seaboard. So slowly but surely, we are making our way through the town. And as soon as demand starts to pick up, we'll then direct ourselves accordingly.
Okay. Can you give us a brief explanation as to how this procedure works? How does a patient book and pay for this visit?
Yes. So there's two arms to accessible healthcare with the health hopper. You've got the mobile arm, which means we can come to you, and the virtual arm as well, which means you can be at home and we can see you in a consulting room, much like this. So both work very similarly. You would phone into our admin office, book an appointment, and you would have to obviously find out the times that the doctor would be available. Then your payment confirms your booking, and then the doctor is dispatched. And that's how as easy as that. Yeah.
Well, we are talking to Dr. Erin Jones, better known as the Health Hopper. A word of thanks to our program sponsor for making this interview possible. Of course, BioSanit. Shall we just quickly wash our hands?
Hands, yes.
There we go. Now our hands are clean.
Yeah.
So I would like to actually know a bit more about the virtual consultations. How does that work regarding the bookings, the consultation, and payments?
All right. So very similar, the same like the mobile bookings. You would phone in and then you would book a slot. Then you get placed into our virtual consulting room. And just the same as mobile, your payment confirms your booking. And once payment has been received, your booking is placed into the consulting room. And then you wait for the doctor in the consulting room. Doctor then presses on, and there you go. Like I say, it's very much like what you see right here. Yeah.
Okay, and if the patient needs a script?
So scripts get emailed, and we haven't had any issue with that for right now.
Okay.
Also, I do want to make mention that if there are any medications that need to be dealt with the pharmacy, all pharmacies are open to getting emails from the doctor's email address directly. You then CC the patient in, and then the pharmacy can arrange either delivery or pickup, where the patient can come and fetch the script. Yeah.
Now I know that some schedules require. Oh no! Let me start that again. I know that for some schedules, a fax script cannot be accepted. How will this be handled? Like for Schedule 5 and Schedule 6s?
Yes, so we have very good relationships with the pharmacies, and that's a very important thing, that you do need to build a relationship with the pharmacies. And once you start building that rapport, they then are able to trust what it is that you are bringing into their pharmacy. So you can still send the scripts through to them. You speak to the dispensing pharmacist. Me as the doctor, or the doctor that is doing the script, will let me know that this is the script that needs to go out and the reasons for that. I then go and speak to the pharmacist, and we then send through the script, and they then handle it from there. Yeah. We haven't had any of that for now. Yeah.
Okay, so you're not the only one, obviously, going around on these rounds and these consultations. How many doctors do you have on board at the moment?
Currently, we have 3 doctors on standby. So it's myself, and then I've got 2 other doctors, like I said, one in the southern suburbs and one that handles the Atlantic seaboard.
Okay, and which areas do you actually, when it's not an online consultation, which areas do you visit?
So I'm currently based in Kraaifontein, which is in the tip of the northern suburbs, and I'm able to service the Winelands as well as Durbanville, Bellville, and I stop at around about Goodwood, Parow, and then I've got my doctor who's in Pinelands, who services from Goodwood down to about Muizenberg, and then we've got the Atlantic seaboard, and she services that. So right now, we're still slowly treading. We're not as busy, And should we become more busy, we will bring on more doctors, because quality of care is very important to us, and we wouldn't want to overload any doctor.
Yes, of course. And I also want to know, sorry, Didi, I'm interrupting you, and I know, sorry. I just want to know, how do they book the website? How do they actually get onto booking, making a booking?
Yes, so there's two ways that you can make a booking. Number one, you can phone into our number. I can give it to you.
Yes, please.
064 515
515
2233.
2233. 064 515 2233. Let's
Yes,
just get that one up, and then I want to get the email address as well.
yes.
Sorry, I just want to get that one up so we can show. There we go. And then the other way.
And then the other way is through our website, because our website, you can actually do an online booking, and then our administrator, Royston Shears, he will contact you and then make the booking you can make the booking via the website, and that is www.thehealthhopper.net.
Thank you. I'm going to get that one up as
Dr.
well.
Erin, I'm interested to know, how has this concept actually worked so far? I know it's not something new to us, but how was the response, or how do you name it? I can't think of the way now. But how are people accepting the service is it quite in demand? Are you quite busy, or are people a bit skeptical, or what's going on there?
So I just want to make sure that website is
.net.
.net.
Yeah, I saw it the moment it ran.
But anyway, so initially the response, as you can imagine, there's already so much uncertainty. So for them, they needed to make sure that the doctor who is on the other end of the line is going to be able to take care of them. So we really are focusing on quality of care and on quality doctors and on quality service. So now that we are starting to focus on that, people are starting to warm up to the idea, because it's not as easy as just, there you go, this is the concept. Because medicine is an ever-flowing and ebb and flow of people, and psychology of people as well. So you need to make sure that you can put your patient at ease before you can even try to service them. You understand?
Mm-hmm.
But now that there's been quite a bit of hype around the mobile medicine and the virtual medicine, is starting to slowly pick up, and patients are starting to trust the service a bit more. And I'm pretty sure that with every patient we do see, we will get another referral.
No, I agree.
Dr. Jones, is there say I book you now, but now I'm skeptical because I don't know what's going, we sometimes feel a bit unsafe and there's crime and stuff like that. How do you make sure that you are safe? Do you get a picture from the people who you're going to see? What do you establish or put in place so that you are safe, that you don't get mugged or something like that, if you hear what I'm saying?
It's a very real situation that, we're living in South Africa. We love South Africa, but we have to be real, okay? And so what we do have in place right now to mitigate that is that we do have security on standby, and we do have very good relationships with police officers to be able to make sure that we are covered in that regard. But that being said, that is only reactive. But for the proactive bit of safety, we do ask quite a few questions, and we do quite an extensive look into exactly where the doctor will be dispatched to, what is the closest police station, before we even dispatch that doctor. So that for now, we are still treading very slowly through that field. However, we are making sure that our doctors and any of our practitioners are going to be as safe as possible. We don't also deal with money. That was a very important thing. We don't deal with any cash.
Yes.
It's done electronically as well. Yeah.
There's obviously limitations to how you can consult. You can't do blood pressures and so on. So if I have to say I've got something on my arm, will I be showing that to you like this, or how would that work if it's virtually?
Yes, there's definitely limitations to virtual consulting. We're not saying that this is the only way that you need to do medicine, because that's why consulting rooms are there, and that's why we still use our doctors, because it needs to be touched and felt. So most GP cases just needs a very thorough history. If you can have a very thorough history and just a quick either photo or even showing online or something like that, just to confirm, then you can take it you can then treat accordingly. However,
Oh, wow.
I have made mention, and especially in our disclaimer form that we send out, that there are limitations, and should the practitioner feel that in this instance this consultation cannot be done virtually, we then either move it mobilely or we refer you to a GP.
Okay. Thank you very much for that. Yes, yes. I'm just thinking there's another thing that I was thinking of. Yeah. There's actually so much.
About?
What am I thinking? Dr. Erin, and obviously there will be certain hours in which you will be consulting for a home visit and online. Is it like office hours, Mondays to Fridays?
Yes, so right now we are between 9 a.m. and 6 p.m. in the evening. We do not include weekends or public holidays as yet, but we will be able to, as soon as the demand starts to pick up, we will start looking into those kind of things. But for right now, it's Monday to Friday, no public holidays, no weekends, and 9 to 6.
Dr. Jones, what can they look at price-wise if you compare it with what the people are paying if they go to an actual doctor? Is it way more expensive or is it slightly more?
She is an actual doctor, Didi, by the way. Dr. Erin is an actual doctor.
Yes. Well, Dr. Erin is in my car and I'm coming.
Yeah.
No problem. So, virtually, we're looking at 300 Rand, and that's just a set fee for a virtual consultation, which is way below.
Yes.
200 Rand.
300.
Oh, but that's still cheap.
$3.
No.
Yes.
$3.
And then with mobile, we do accept medical aid. And if your medical aid is going to cover most of the consultation, you must understand that mobile medicine is a very new thing. So that needs, and petrol, car, doctor getting the car.
I understand.
So you do need to charge for that, and that is a 300 Rand extra charge for the call out.
So if you say, for example, charge 450 for a call out, then there will be an added 300 Rand on that to cover that.
Okay. Exactly. So the consultation itself, which can include consumables, script, referral, anything, we have placed it into a package. It's 400 for that consultation.
I just guessed the amount. Okay.
No, but you are correct. And then it's just 300 Rand for the call out of the doctor.
Okay. Yeah, that's not too bad. I mean, for the inconvenience it will cause me to go to the doctor, sit and wait there and everything, that's not too bad.
No. Yep, we want to be fair.
And obviously you have a bit of a history that you know to take if I'm complaining about dizziness or you have, because you can't take every bit of medication with, so that's why you obviously need a history or explanation of why I need to see you so that you know what to bring along.
There's some context. So I mean, we do have in our in the mobile practice itself, it's got literally everything. So we've done it often enough to understand and that there are certain medications that we do need to take along. There's certain consumables that we do need to take along. And we've streamlined it to a point where we now have just one bag in the car with a few shelves that can encompass anything, blood, procedures, anything that you could think of.
Oh, wow. That's very impressive.
Yeah, no, I'm also impressed. I'm sold.
Yes. Oh, me too. I'm sold.
Yes. I must think out something to call you guys because I have to.
Oh, it's fine. You know, I can come over for a cup of tea, but it's social distancing, so I don't know.
We'll put you in the one corner and Nate in the other corner, and we will just like shout to each other. Do you know Telefonky? And then we will.
So, I'm there.
Okay.
Thank you so much for your time, Dr. Jones, and talking to us. And thank you very much for what you are doing and for embarking on this journey, and I want to wish you good luck and all the best for the journey. I trust that it's just going to grow and get bigger and become like amazing, and you are such a leader, I think, in this new venture, and I think soon people will start recognizing you for it. And thanks. So yes, once again, thank you very, very much for what you are doing. I think it's great, and you look like a very young doctor, and I think it takes a lot for a young woman to step up and do something like this. So thank you very much.
Didi. I really appreciate it, ladies. Thank you so much.
Good night, Erin. Sleep tight. Bye. Bye.
So we spoke to Dr. Erin Jones, the health hopper, virtual and home consultations. You heard or saw there to book. You can call her on, I'm going to show that number again. There's the telephone number 064 515 2233, or book on www.thehealthhopper.net. From me, Annette, and my co-host Didi, till next time. Bye-bye.
Bye.